Namaste, and welcome to our continuing series on Savitri with our beloved Ranga. We are on page 39. This is the canto of the Yoga of the Soul's Release, in which we are seeing Ashrapati, actually Sri Aurobindo, pseudonym Ashrapati. Autobiographical, yes. Progressing in his integral yoga, in his yoga.
Yes.
So we begin with the line, or do you want to go a little bit before that and just give a little brief summation? We began with oft inspiration with her lightning feet. We might just take that little bit.
No, the summary is not easy to give because he is describing all the experiences that he had when he has gone above the mind level. Okay? And there, whatever he is having, there are so many experiences. Each line is one experience. Knowledge is pouring into him. Love is pouring into him. Inspiration is coming into him. Discrimination is coming into him. All these divine powers are slowly coming in. Sight is becoming subtle. Sight, inspiration.
Hearing was a magic audience.
Yes, everything, all these things. And everything in the physical world is changing its character. Everything is becoming luminous. It's a tremendous description. Every line, every 2-3 lines, there is a new image. Okay.
So we'll begin.
Okay.
Pursuing all knowledge like a questing hound, a reporter and scribe of hidden wisdom talk, her shining minutes of celestial speech passed through the masked office of the occult mind, transmitting gave to prophet and to seer the inspired body of the mystic truth, a recorder of the inquiry of the gods, spokesman of the silent seeings of the Supreme. She brought immortal words to mortal men. Above the reason's brilliant, slender curve, released like radiant air dimming a moon, broad spaces of a vision without line or limit swam into his spirit's ken. Oceans of being met his voyaging soul, calling to infinite discovery, timeless domains of joy and absolute power stretched out, surrounded by the eternal hush. The ways that lead to happiness ran like dream smiles through meditating vasts, disclosed, stood up in a gold moment's blaze, white sun steps in the pathless infinite. That's good.
So, in Savitri, as we have already said, I am just repeating, there are many ways of reading Savitri. One way is to read it silently, keeping a mind vacant without trying to understand. Just the mantric effect, the sound value is tremendous in Savitri. That's one way of reading. The other way which we are following now here is to try and understand the language and the experience that he's trying to do, and the various planes of consciousness. We are trying to identify that. Okay.
And something of the poetic beauty.
Poetry, yes.
And mantric quality.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, we see so many instances of alliteration.
Yes.
So we're trying to cover all of those things.
That's the poetry part, yes. And the rhythm. Sometimes it's very interesting to even scan and see how he is doing. Okay. There's a rhythm in it, and that rhythm is very interesting. It is not only iambic pentameter, but sometimes there are anapaests and there are pyrrhics, there are
often anapaests.
Trochees.
Yes.
All sorts of interesting combinations are there. So this description is about inspiration. And inspiration is coming down, and revealing truths to him, and also bringing knowledge which he did not have earlier. And the image being used is that of first of all, it's a questing hound. The it reminds you of the Hound of Heaven.
The Hound of Heaven. Yes, I've read it. Yes.
Francis Thompson.
He chased me down.
Yeah. So.
Thompson. Francis Thompson.
Francis Thompson. So the Hound of Heaven is a hound is one which can smell out things, and they use them in airports for drugs and all. So this hound here, Sarama, in the Vedic image it is Sarama, and she is the one capable of sniffing and revealing truths which are hidden. So it's very similar to drugs being hidden, and the knowledge is all hidden. It can bring that out and make it absolutely living fact to you. So this is a inspiration and discrimination. So I'm reading each line and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Pursuing all knowledge like a questing hound, a reporter and scribe of hidden wisdom talk, her shining minutes of celestial speech passed through the masked office of the occult mind, transmitting gave to prophet and to seer the inspired body of the mystic truth. So Srimda usually he tries to complete one sentence in 3-4 lines. Sometimes it goes to 4 or 5 lines. He says that he did that intentionally. He doesn't do like in prose, huge sentences. No, here he just tries to limit it to 3 or 4 lines. But here it has gone to quite a few lines. Okay, so he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 lines. So, and here is another image. A reporter and scribe of hidden wisdom talk. Okay, so is he an investigator, journalistic investigator who is going, he is a reporter and he is a scribe. He is giving written reports to his office. So that's the image being given here. So inspiration is searching out the truth, finding out the facts and transmitting it to the head office, which is the mind. That's what he's saying. Okay, so let's look carefully at the image. It's very interesting. So,
yeah, it's a masked office.
Yes, because you don't see it.
Yes.
That's why. So, a reporter and scribe of hidden wisdom talk. Okay, hidden wisdom talk. Her shining minutes of celestial speech. Minutes here has nothing to do with time. It is the minutes of a meeting. When you have a meeting, it is recorded what are the main points discussed. Yeah. So
and the minutes have to be recorded.
Yes, the minutes have to be recorded. So that's what he's saying. And the shining minutes of celestial speech, okay, heavenly speech, not ordinary speech, pass through the masked office of the occult mind. So the reporter is giving all the knowledge that he has gathered, he is giving it to the head office. So, and that office is the masked mind, and it is inspiration which is scribe and the reporter. This is the image.
And it's occult also.
Yes, occult, that's right.
In the sense of hidden?
Pardon? Yeah.
In the sense of hidden.
Yes.
Yes.
Occult means hidden. Transmitting gave to prophet and to seer. In other words, he is also seeing the future. The one who is seeing is the prophet and the seer, transmitting to prophet and seer the inspired body of the mystic truth. The mystic truth has become absolutely a living fact, concrete fact. The inspired body, that which is bodiless, has become body, absolutely concrete. Sri Aurobindo says that the more subtle a truth, the more concrete it is to the spiritual consciousness. So that's what I mean by body. Absolutely concrete. Inspired body of the mystic truth. Now he goes on with the same image. A recorder of the inquiry of the gods. Okay, inquiry of the gods. The mind is inquiring to find out what the truth is. So there is the inquiry of the gods, and he is recording all this.
He's recording it.
It's getting recorded. That's the image again. Okay, and he is also a spokesman of the silent seeings of the Supreme. All governments have a spokesman, an official spokesman, who tell what the policy of the government is. It's not the Prime Minister or the President who does that. It's a spokesman. So here also it is the spokesman for the silent seeings of the Supreme. So he is being, the silent seeings of the Supreme is being revealed. And that's the inspiration which is coming and doing that to the mortal. She brought immortal words to mortal men.
Now we have she so many times in this page.
Yeah.
She broke in, she pierced,
Yeah.
she joined.
Yeah. Inspiration is usually, these are all goddesses. No? So that's why they she. And also if you go right back, you will see that he is talking of the creatrix. Okay, so
And inspiration herself.
yes,
It begins with
Yes.
inspiration with her lightning feet.
that's right. That's why it's inspiration. And creatrix also is there, about 15 lines from the beginning of the para, which is on the next previous page. So it's a creatrix. That's why she. Okay. She brought immortal words to mortal men. And above the reason's brilliant slender curve. Reason is in level 1. That's our reason. But this is above reason. It's the spiritual planes of consciousness. Okay. Above the reason's brilliant slender curve, released like radiant air, dimming a moon. The moon is already dim, but this brilliant air, okay, so radiant air is making even the moon even more dim.
Yes.
So, broad spaces of a vision without line. Vision, when you see forms. And forms have lines. But here, these forms are without lines. So subtle and so large. So, broad spaces of a vision without line or limit swam into his spirit's ken. Ken is into his domain, into his immediate surrounding, the domain in which he is there. Ken.
His understanding also.
Huh?
Understanding also.
Yes,
Is ken.
it's understanding, Ken. So, oceans of being met his voyaging soul, calling to infinite discovery. Okay. Note the discovery. Earlier he has said, recorder of the inquiry of the gods. So, when you are inquiring, you are discovering also. The images are all consistent if you see carefully each line. Okay. So, timeless domains of joy and absolute power. Timeless domains in the spiritual planes of consciousness. They are all without time and space. So, static. If there is no time, it is static. So, those stretched out, surrounded by the eternal hush. There you are. So, his timeless silence is the eternal hush. There is no movement in the higher planes of consciousness. It's all static. The movement is all below here in the physical world. So timeless domains of joy and absolute power. Now, he is also getting joy and absolute power. Normally, when you experience the self, the first experience is one of peace and calm and detached, emotionless state. But now he is saying he is getting also joy and absolute power. Okay. Stretched out, surrounded by the eternal hush. So, in this hush, he is getting joy and power also. The ways that lead to endless happiness ran like dream smiles through meditating vasts. Disclosed, stood up in a gold moment's blaze, white sun steps in the pathless infinite. The word step is pronounced step, and it is vast plains, treeless plains. Okay, so that is again the sunless and the without line is tallying. A steppe is a large area, a terrain where there is only grassland perhaps, but no trees or anything.
Yes.
It is a steppe, and it's pronounced steppe. It's written Steppes, but it is pronounced steppe. I checked it.
We have a Russian composer, in the probably late 1800s, Borodin, in the steppes of Central Asia, is his orchestral
That's
work.
right. Yeah,
Beautiful piece.
yeah. So, white sun steps in a pathless infinite. So, the pathless infinite is, there is no path there. You have to make out your own path. It's like a virgin forest, as he says. Okay. And this pathless infinite is very interesting because it reminds you of Jitu Krishnamurti. When Annie Besant in the Theosophical Society wanted to raise him up and put him as a modern messiah and all that, he didn't want all that. He dissociated himself from it. And he said, this is not the way to go about. Truth is a pathless land. So, this he echoed that.
But he still stayed at the society. I met him there
Yeah,
at the Theosophical Society in Madras, Chennai.
yeah.
He was living there for a while.
I also attended one of his talks in Chennai.
Oh,
Yeah, in the Krishnamurti Foundation.
how
in
did you
Adyar.
how did you feel it?
Well,
A great mind, no doubt.
Sri Aurobindo finds his utterances very puerile.
Very puerile.
Yes.
Isn't
Like
that interesting?
These expressions were not good. Okay.
Oh.
The experiences must have been genuine. There's no doubt about that. But his expressions and the way he talks is, I don't know, but his physical presence was quite something. When he walked in there, okay, for the talk, it was about 2,000 to 3,000 people were there in the gardens, all waiting, and it was being videoed. This is about 20, 25 years ago. So, and his presence is something, you really felt something.
I'll continue.
But he is absolutely nowhere near Sri Aurobindo.
No, nowhere near. Of course, he also didn't believe in a personal God.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in a personal God. There is no God.
There's no
only
God.
an infinite impersonal.
Along a naked curve in bournless self, the points that run through the closed heart of things shadowed the interminable line that carries the everlasting through the years. The magician order of the cosmic mind, coercing the freedom of infinity with the stark array of nature's symbol facts and life's incessant signals of event, transmuted chance recurrences into laws, a chaos of signs into a universe. Out of the rich wonders and the intricate whirls of the spirit's dance with matter as its mask, the balance of the world's design grew clear. Its symmetry of self-arranged effects, managed in the deep perspectives of the soul, and the realism of its elusive art, its logic of infinite intelligence, its magic of a changing eternity. A glimpse was caught of things forever unknown. The letters stood out of the unmoving word. In the immutable, nameless origin was seen emerging, as from fathomless seas, the trail of the ideas that made the world, and sown in the black earth of nature's trance, the seed of the spirit's blind and huge desire, from which the tree of cosmos was conceived, and spread its magic arms through a dream of space.
He's describing the involution. He's describing the involution, how That which is infinite becomes finite. That which is totally free becomes laws, the opposite of that. So this is the description. We'll have a look at it. Okay. So along a naked curve in boundless self.
Bornless.
Huh?
Bornless.
Yeah. What did I say?
Boundless.
Okay. Bornless. No limits. Okay. Along a naked curve. Naked without any clothing. Okay. So it is absolutely without any and boneless self. The self we know is immutable and featureless. So there are no features at all. So if there are no features, it is void of all characteristics. So that's what it means by naked. So naked curve in boneless self, the points that run through the closed heart of things, shadowed the indeterminable line, again featurelessness, indeterminable, that carries the everlasting through the years. The magician order of the cosmic mind, coercing the freedom of infinity. So here we need to look what he means exactly. With the stark array of nature's symbol facts and life's incessant signals of event. So at the highest level, you have total freedom. You have total featurelessness. Absolutely no features, no limits, nothing. Absolutely. That's why it is naked. And it is also free, totally free. If there is any features, there is a limitation. So there are no features at all. It's a vast ocean, but without any characteristic. The ocean is only totally transparent, without any features, no movement at all. So that's the...
But now he capitalizes self here.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
he capitalizes the everlasting.
Yes.
And cosmic mind. So where are we here in this? Is the everlasting the divine?
I didn't follow.
Is the everlasting the divine here?
The divine is everything, no?
Right? A synonym that he uses.
The divine is right from the highest to the lowest. The divine goes on taking all these. So this is the description of the transcendent. The transcendent consciousness, which is absolutely free of all characteristics and totally free.
That is carried through the years.
Yes, and carried through the years. Years means into the time, into time and space. Mm-hmm. So that which is totally formless is making forms. That which is totally free is slowly making laws. And at the lowest level, there is no freedom at all. There are only laws that operate. So this is what he is talking about. Okay, so life's incessant, and then also in the nature, you have everything in the physical world is a symbol. This is something interesting which we have to see. That is the reason why Mother also could make out each flower, what it represents. She can do that. We can't do that, but she can do that. Each thing is a symbol in the physical world. They are only symbols because they are all shadows. Everything in the physical world is all forms and shadows. And a shadow is only the outline of something significant. So that's what I mean by, and also signals. Huh? So, nature's symbol facts and life's incessant signals of event transmuted chance recurrences into laws. There you are. So slowly, even when in yoga, you are bound, your soul is bound in the body, mind, life. There is no freedom for you at all. So first you have to become free, then you don't have power, but you're free, and then slowly you become more and more free as you keep going up. So this is the gradation that he's talking about.
So when he speaks of transmuting, transmuted chance recurrence.
Yes. Chance is here, this is there is a law and yet there is a chance. Okay. This is also interesting if you consider consciousness and force. If you consider consciousness, it is very, very knows what is knowledge. Alright? So it produces what it intends to do. But it doesn't produce. It is force that is producing. Force is creating and consciousness is guiding its force. So knowledge and chit also give you it knows what it is going to produce. So there is a fixity and a law that comes from there. But the force is producing things at random if the knowledge is not there. So that represents freedom. That's why in the physical world, both are there. There's a law, but there's also a chance.
Okay.
Take, for instance, a very simple example. Take the mangoes on a tree. Okay? Or even better, take a cat gives 3 kittens. Okay? It should be a replica of it because there's a law. A cat will produce only a cat. The law that is there. No freedom at all. But there's a chance. The kittens will have different colors. So that's a chance. So this is constantly happening. Consciousness and force are playing with each other in the physical world. That's what he is describing here. So that is chance and also law. Both are there operating. In the physical world, there is only law. There is hardly any chance at all. But when you come to the next level of the life, which is slightly subtler and less laws, there is a possibility of variation. Okay? It's possible to get a cow may give birth to a calf with 6 legs. It has happened. So there is chance. It should not happen because there is law operating. But as you keep going up from matter to life to mind, chance starts increasing, freedom starts increasing more and more, and variations are more and more possible. That's what he is saying here. Okay? So, life's insert signal transmuted chance recurrings into laws. Okay? So, a chaos of signs into a universe. Note the words nature's symbol facts, signals, and signs. Okay? These are in the physical world. Out of the rich wonders and the intricate worlds, the world is going around like a whirlpool. So it makes forms. So every form is nothing but a whirlpool of forces. Even we know the atom is also a whirl. Okay? So and this is what it is everywhere, all. Even a stone seems to be silent, but it's a whirl of forces. So, because there's movement in it. Out of the spirit's dance with matter as its mask, the balance of the world's design grew clear. What his meaning is, the purpose of manifestation is now being revealed to him. If you don't know that, if you don't go there, the world is a big mystery. Why did the divine, if he exists at all, why did he create suffering? Why did he create perversion? Why did he create disease? So it's a mystery. But now the purpose of why all this was created is being revealed to him. That's what he's saying. See, clearly, the balance of the world's design. What is the purpose behind the world? That became clear. Okay? He is knowing the secret, the mysteries of the world are being revealed to him. Okay. Its symmetry of self-arranged effects. Now, this is highly interesting also, if you think about it. There is constant symmetry in the physical world. And also, the other one, self-arranged effects. Okay? So, the things are being arranged by itself, self-arranged effects. Somebody else is coming and not doing. It is arranging itself. The force and the consciousness are producing things by themselves. They don't need a third person to tell them what to produce. Look at the symmetry. Everywhere you will see a symmetry. So, in the human body, the symmetry is so obvious. Okay? So, this...
In the difference of trees.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Okay? Take the way the leaves come out of trees. Yeah. Okay? The variations are infinite. Sometimes the leaves are small, tiny, tiny, tiny. Sometimes they are arranged in this way. Sometimes they are huge trees. So there is a constant variation. That's why he used the word out of the rich wonders of the intricate worlds. The rich wonders are exactly this. the infinite variety in the physical world. So, this is what he's saying. Okay? Self-arranged effects. It's very interesting. Even if you see only leaves, you are so much interested in plants and trees.
Well, some have needles
Yes.
instead of leaf. We call it still a
Yes.
leaf, but it's a needle.
So this it's fascinating. I mean, we can go on discussing this for any number of times. Okay, even if you think of pure motion, okay, just think of motion. How many types of motion are there? Man walks on 2 legs. An animal walks on 4 legs. Can something else walk on more legs? Yes, there is a bee which has got 6 legs. There is a centipede which has got 100 legs.
And the millipede, yes, of course.
So, then can there be motion without legs? Wings. Okay, so many variations of movement. Then that's why rich variations. Then what about fish? Simply by the movement of this, it moves. So movement is possible in so many different ways. So this is what he's talking about. The more you look at nature, the more you'll wonder at the richness and the variety and the intricate intelligence behind it. He's going to talk about intelligence also. Okay? Its symmetry of self-arranged effects managed in the deep perspectives of the soul, and realism of its elusive art. Entire creation in the physical world is elusive in a certain sense because it's not permanent. It is something fleeting, it's transient. But it is art. What is being produced in the world is art. Colors, forms, infinite play.
And we see this very much in art.
Yes.
From the realistic to the modern art, where everything is broken up.
Only if we think of the colors in the physical world. It's so fantastic. There are many videos which show the different types of birds, okay, with different colors. It's absolutely stunning the way he can produce different colors, different forms, okay. Anything that you can think of is being produced in the physical world. Richness, okay. And the realism of, now look at this, it is an oxymoron. Realism of its elusive art.
Yes.
Somebody is very fond of oxymorons. Okay, so its logic of infinite intelligence. This is something, an idea which he goes on giving everywhere. There is a logic of infinite intelligence in things even where it seems to be mechanical. Okay, the instinct in birds, the way the trees grow and look for light and water, everything. It seems to be mechanical, but it is intelligence. If they want to survive, they have to get the air and they have to get the water. And they actually search for it. The roots they're looking for water.
Yeah, they're growing down.
Yes.
To get water.
It's very interesting if you look very carefully at it. I told you once how the roots are looking for water. It's almost like intelligence. Okay, I know there is water there, so the root goes down there. I had an experience once in the press. Okay, we had a water tank. Okay, I mean, if you go into details, it's really fantastic. Then all this becomes alive. What somebody is writing. The water tank was very large, and we had it was concrete walls. Okay, but just outside, 1 meter or 2 meters away, there was a tree, a realization tree, and one day we decided that the tank needs to be cleaned, because sometimes all sorts of dirt can come in. So when we went in and started cleaning the tank, we saw the walls of the tank full of the finest hair. And that hair was nothing but roots of the plant. It had managed to go through the concrete and it was sucking water from the tank. Now if that is not intelligence, what is? But tree is not intelligent, and yet it is intelligent. Realistic, elusive. So, this is what he's saying. Magic of, is it gone? It's logic of infinite intelligence in the physical world. You can see that. Okay, so it's magic of a changing eternity. Now, that also is a changing eternity. The physical world is constantly changing, but the world is eternal. So, it's an oxymoron. A glimpse was caught of things forever unknown. So, things which man can't even imagine, all that he is seeing now, the realities. Okay, so then the letters stood out of the unmoving word. Now, this is interesting. I don't know exactly what he means, but Srinath is written in the record of yoga that he used to get guidance in the form of written slokas from the Vedas. Okay, so in the beginning he used to see it, but it used to be hazy, and the more the consciousness developed, the more the Vedic slokas, the lines, started becoming more and more clear, and he would read them and he would get guidance for his life. So this is what he's saying. Letters stood out in the unmoving word, out of the unmoving word. Unmoving word, the unmoving is the silent self, and the word is the power to create. The word is always the power of creation. In the immutable, nameless origin, again the same thing, immutable, nameless origin, was seen emerging as from fathomless seas, the trail of the ideas that made the world. Now, ideas, he has put a I cap. And this is what he means is the archetypes in the supermind, which are going to become realized in the physical world. The idea, real idea, he uses the word real idea, he has used the word idea. So what he means is the plan of what is to be created there is there in the supermind, and that he is seeing. Okay, he is seeing. Let me make it more clear. It's like if an architect wants to build a building, he has to first make a plan, and then he executes the plan. So first there is a plan, if you want the blueprint of the building, and then he collects the material, gets the labor, and starts building, and becomes a reality. So in the physical world, every plan did not become manifested. It can go wrong. But the ideas in the supermind are the blueprints of what is to be built here. So that's what he means by idea. So he started seeing the origin of everything in the physical world in the supermind. That's what he's seeing. That's the idea. Okay, so the trail of the idea that made the world. Okay, so this is at the overmind level and the supermind level. And sown in the black earth of nature's trance. The idea is there, and it is sown in the black earth of nature's trance. Nature's trance, matter. Trance, because consciousness is sleeping in matter. So that's a trance. So nature's trance, matter. Okay. The seed of the spirit's blind and huge desire, from which the tree of cosmos was conceived. The tree of cosmos again is an image in the Gita as well as in the Upanishads. The roots are above and the tree of the cosmos is below. So the one becoming the many, okay? The roots are above and the branches and the leaves and the fruits are below. The image is there.
The roots are above.
Yes. Only one root. One root and the root. The one becoming the many. So that's what is there is an image which is there everywhere. The tree of cosmos was conceived.
It's interesting that in Scandinavia, they have a tree called the Yggdrasil tree, which is an evil tree because it's upside down in the sky.
So this is the image that he is using here. Okay, the tree of cosmos was conceived and spread its magic arms through a dream of space.
Namaste all. We will see you again on Monday for the Life Divine at 6 p.m. right here.